Hey everyone, and welcome to RezoCast episode 130. This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove, Triton, Wilson, and Mana this week. We've got the whole crew here. We've got the Revelry going on. Lots of controversial things going on with Revelry. Lots of I'm struggling tonight. Lots of controversial things going on, but also lots of I think like fun PvE stuff. I don't know. We'll get into it.
Speaking of controversial, that very last thing I said off air is not controversial. That is the truth.
Yeah,
that is on the record, bro.
On the record, Bruce.
Y'all don't even want to know. Y'all just trust me.
But when I left for a second, did I miss something?
Her name's Casey.
Yeah. You did, Mana. Sorry.
You can't
I'll tell you later.
Mana, so you just
it's better the way that it is. We're here on our new time though. We're here now live, 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Central, on Hove's Twitch channel, twitch.tv or twitch.com/Hove76.
No, you had it right. Twitch.tv.
Yeah, Twitch.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
Twitch.com works too.
I DM'd you guys. You should read it.
Good. You can.
Lego doesn't go to anyone's stream, so makes sense.
Well, it's hard
except
when
for
you
Tritons at 5 a.m.
Yeah, except mine.
That's the only one I really attend.
So Mana's new official name is Mr. Penis Water.
What?
Oh. He's muted his mic at the perfect time.
I started dying for a second, right as you said it too. It was like a cough and then a laugh, and then I just kind of I don't know. I lost 10 years off my life.
I forgot to bring it up to TV because when Mana
Does he know about it?
I hope so.
The other week,
he hasn't said anything about it.
Mana comes in with all TV's viewers, and all of a sudden we see TV comment in the chat, "penis water," and we were very confused.
Which is out of his character and not of his character alignment.
I mean, it could have been much worse. It's you know.
All things considered, he came out all right.
Yeah. I think it was all good. It was still funny though.
But so yeah, we had a good start to the week last week. Arc week we haven't really talked about, and then this week with Revelry. I will say that I have had a lot of fun this week. I know it's been nuts, like in comp and everything, and I know there's like a lot of people really upset. But overall, I'm more impressed than I thought I would be with everything this week. And I got my Arbalest linear fusion rifle, the kinetic one, and that feels pretty. It reminds me a lot of No Land Beyond, and a lot of people have been saying that. So that's been a lot of fun. But Hove, how was your week? I could ramble on about Destiny for a while. So
do you really want to know?
I do want to know. How's your week, Hove? I'm a good friend. I promise.
I just meant. Never mind. So here's a funny story. I was at work and we had to change out. I had to go into a store and change out the hard drives in their server cage. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, so as I'm putting them back in, the guy it up in central office, you know, impatient. As soon as I put them in, he goes, "Are they in?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Are you sure it's all the way in?" And I was like, "Listen," I was like, "the last time someone asked me that, I was very offended. So don't make that mistake." That actually happened. True story. It was funny. But my week's been pretty good. I've been playing
just
mostly
over here sipping my coffee.
I've mostly playing what?
Nothing. I love you.
Never
change.
I've been playing a lot of The Division mostly.
Oh yeah.
I got to catch up to Marcus because there's like a clan leaderboard for how much XP you get in the week, and I was number 1 in the clan last week, and now Marcus is ahead of me for this week. So I'm a little upset with him.
Everything's a competition.
Yeah.
Do you think
it's a leaderboard, Wilson?
I have a question for you. Do you think like Tinks is proud of you right now? Since she's kind of like
Tinks is never proud of me. I went into Tinks' stream. I guess she had been raided by somebody. I think it was. I don't want to say because I don't remember for sure. Anyway, she had a bunch of viewers, and I went in there and like was like, "Hey, Tinks," just saying hi, and she was like, "Oh. So you only show up whenever I get raided by whoever it was, and I have a lot of viewers. I see how it is." And I was like, I mean, she was just fucking with me. But I was like, ha, 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 how's things? And she was like, "I don't want to talk to you," or something. And I was like, all right. So, no, I don't think Tinks is proud of me. But I love Tinks.
It's fair. It's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Did you also, did you see the bombshell jackets dissing us on Twitter?
I did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't...
technically, it was Claw or Tinks.
No, it was Tinks. You know it was Tinks on Resolute's Twitter.
You don't think Claw would ever talk shit on us?
Oh, he 100.
No, he loves me too much.
I just don't think he would do it in that way. That's all.
Maybe.
I think he just outright talks shit. That's
like from his account. That's what I'm saying.
Fair. I liked my. Nobody commented on it, but I really thought my response was good.
I didn't even see it.
Did you see the original tweet was the Rezo or the actual Resolute account saying that pretty soon we're gonna have another all Rezo cast, right? Rezo cast or whatever.
Yeah.
And I put the thing of the dude in Guardians of the Galaxy at the beginning going, "Who?" And nobody.
That was pretty good.
I thought it was funny.
Pretty good.
All right, fuck
Sorry,
you guys.
I'm sorry.
I quit this podcast.
He's moving to the Division podcast.
Yeah.
Great.
Anybody want to come with me?
I think like every podcast that I'm actually here for, Hove is this close to just dropping out and starting Doncast every single time.
Every single episode.
Mana, if I left and started Doncast or any other podcast, would you come with me?
Probably.
Fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. Wait. Wilson, would you come too?
Yeah, man.
All right, cool.
There's food and
Titties.
Food and beer.
pictures that we can send each other. First of all, the amount of content that you would have, first of all, with the stuff in our DMs.
Then I could have Mia Khalifa on. Listen, tell me that girl is beautiful. Not Mia Khalifa, that girl I sent you that I know. Gorgeous.
I mean,
I don't want to keep going into the chat, Hove.
Oh, Matt Grundy made a good point. He said DCP, bombshell jackets, people talk shit, but nobody's willing to back it up. It's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. They're afraid.
Yikes.
I know.
All right, I'm done.
you out,
I'm probably done
DCP.
for the rest of the podcast. I'm just going to go hang out with Bulbasaur and Zapdos and maybe get a Grand Slam breakfast.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that in the game.
You can't just cliff dive. You can't just cliff dive like that. All right.
I was about to say, is he tripping or is he talking about an actual game?
I think, well, I should clarify. We are playing word insertion again, the game where Hove keeps score, but the points don't matter.
That's like my
all the
life,
rules.
really. That's like every
Yeah,
week.
That's a good description of a lot of things. Triton, how was your week, man?
I can't like unhear the thing Will or Hove said right before we started the podcast. So
it's still stuck in your mind.
Do you want me to say it again?
So no, and then I tried to escape it in the chat. It didn't happen. So,
I asked you guys in DMs to
but
clarify
it's-
something for me, and no
it's
one's
really
answered.
good. It's been a really good week. Busy week for me. Glad to be back on the show. Glad that it's actually different. That's a little bit earlier. My kids are going to bed right around now, so that just instead of putting them to bed and coming onto the show, now my wife is just doing all of it. So I'm sure that's super lovely for her. She was enjoying that. It's been a good week. I actually played Destiny this week. I was very excited. I got a call from a friend who pretty much, was just reminded me that I needed to maybe play the game a little bit. So actually, I called him the other way around because only Wilson is really a good friend on here. We've been over this. Well, actually, no, I love Hove because we've gone out. Man, I don't expect it, obviously, so you're good. Wilson, thanks for the text. So really, just
Hey, Triton, don't feel bad. The last time Mana came to Pittsburgh, he didn't call either of us.
Listen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's
He
true.
had good
But, I mean,
reason for
he had
Hove.
you in mind to go out with, though. But
Yeah.
to be fair to Mana, like, obviously, whatever happened that night.
I actually completely forgot.
So, okay, no defense on Mana, even though he's literally putting a DM in our chat that he was coming to Pittsburgh, but
I was probably
Oh,
like
good.
not even 10 minutes away from Hove. I completely forgot. My roommate's like, so what did Hove say? I'm like,
Who?
Who? The one guy.
Ooh.
it's
Yeah.
okay to be this.
It was a
member.
Wednesday, and I was very hesitant to invite him. Okay, feel
That's
very
true. Well, apparently
fragile
had a
on a
night to
on
remember.
a Wednesday.
I would not have. I was working at the time, so it wouldn't work out for me anyways.
Fucking
But
Wednesdays.
but no, I did talk to Lego after I called him and play. I was like, you know what, I should probably play Destiny. So I have. I played Destiny for probably like 2 hours yesterday, which is like 2
Wow.
hours.
A true
in
casual.
all of
I
April.
love it.
I did true casual. I actually really enjoyed the things I did. I really enjoyed the
Oh,
tower
nice.
decorations. I went and did I think the first 2 parts of whatever Evil Levante had. So I did those. I actually played 2 games of Gambit Prime and 2 Awakening. Finally figured out the Reckoning. Finally figured out what to actually do in there to get armor. It took me a while. I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So did that. Still have not moved my light level at all, despite the fact that the game kicks you into that like, please come back. Here's some stuff mode. So still a little bit of a challenge for me between like what is rewarding as opposed to like what I'm enjoying. But did enjoy so far everything that it did. Did do the Verdant Forest once. I think got to like the 20th branch with some randos. Only killed I think 2 of the bosses. So that was pretty cool. So I have enjoyed coming back to the game mostly because I've been playing nothing else. But except for Borderlands Game of the Year edition, finally did get a physical copy, and I played like 2 hours of that. So
nice.
Have you been playing Division lately?
Did you?
No, I have not played the Division at all yet.
Okay.
Did you play Borderlands previously? Like, is that a game you played before, Triton?
Borderlands was actually my first. Borderlands 2 was my first online interaction with anybody playing games. So it was my first looter shooter. First, like anytime I played with anybody, because you could just drop in and out of people's matches that way. And I actually met this guy, and I think if for those of you who played Borderlands 2 that knew like that gun glitch, like someone could like dump all their guns out to you, and as long as you didn't touch them before they hit the PlayStation button, you could pick them all up after they hit the PlayStation button, and he would have them and I would have them again. So it was probably the first online friendship I made was with this guy from Australia who's like my weapons dealer, and he would just find all these awesome guns and just give them to me and then sign off.
Was his name Steve?
So. No, his name wasn't Steve.
Thought maybe it was Steve.
Well, I mean, it could have been Hove, but it wasn't. I don't think.
I remember doing that glitch. That
glitch at the vault. Yeah. So no, I played a ton of Borderlands. It's kind of it isn't that fun by yourself though. Borderlands is really like a game with all the traveling. You're like just kind of running. So hopefully, I think Deca may have it. I may have to find someone else who has the game.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of getting to the point where I kind of want to find some single player game to invest some time in. Which there are some waiting for me. I still haven't played Spider-Man or God of War.
You need to play God of War.
I know.
Both.
I know.
Both are good. Days Gone's coming out at the end of the month.
I still, yeah. I think next week.
Wait, which one's that?
The zombies.
Like the zombie game.
Oh, the zombie one. Okay.
Oh, did y'all see the other guy? People have been streaming the World War Z game. Have y'all seen?
Yeah, I have actually been watching that. That looks interesting. It
looks
kind of gives me a Left 4 Dead vibe almost.
Yeah.
So.
Mortal Kombat 11 looks pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's coming out next month, and it's got a lot of really cool lore in it. Like I don't really know, like there's like all kinds of crazy shit, like time travel, like different gods of different realms, like getting involved in like breaking rules, and like so there's all kinds of wacky shit going on. So like if anything, I definitely want to like play it for the story mode. I don't really get too competitive with fighting games.
I suck at fighting games.
I love Street Fighter.
Does that mean I can beat you, Mana?
All night.
It's not quite what I meant, but I'll take you up on it.
I mean,
all night.
No.
Or we can play a game all night. You can keep on beating me. So
what kind of game are we gonna play?
Yes. Lego's face.
Cards Against Humanity. Yes.
I actually do want to say something here because Wilson brought up lore stuff, and there's a lot. Bungie just released a lore video that was kind of like just talking about the drifters stuff and everything going on in Destiny right now. But aside from that, I'm sure we'll get to that later with the TWAB and everything. But I wanted to ask Triton because he a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember when it was, but I brought up the fact that because Hove was behind on the 9
I still
bounties. Yeah, because you permanently are. You can't, until it reaches the end, you won't catch up because there's no way to. But I was wondering, what it would be like for someone who just couldn't log on in the weekend to pick up those bounties. And the perfect, example is Triton, hasn't really, has been super busy with work and stuff and had, probably hasn't, I'm guessing, Triton, you haven't picked up any of the 9 bounties that
would be negative.
Yeah, and that's where the actual story is that's super interesting right now. And there's no way for you to do it when you only log on for 2 hours if it's in the middle of the week. And I feel like that would be really frustrating to your kind of player, that has only the time that you have to miss out on that story,
Well, I mean, for us, I guess obviously more like it's disappointing that I don't get to do it, but I mean, at the same time, I think we've all been pretty, pragmatic about some of our approach to what Destiny has chosen to do and how they've chosen to launch certain things, and especially of late. And, as the game's been out longer and more people kind of fall along different, sectors of the band of, player time, if if they have designed a game for people that are going to continuously play this often, like Wilson ran out the 700 this time, was awesome. And he kind of just was very diligent about doing it. I think you guys jumped on and tried all those new game modes. Like, it has to be more for the people that I think that Bungie understands will put that time into. So if I get a little bit left behind because of that, I mean, it's unfortunate because it's like work related. It's not like I hate your game or anything like that. Like, work and family obviously is a priority, but it is what it is. And, you know, hopefully I'll eventually get there, and they've done good jobs in the past of letting you kind of catch up once enough time goes by. But, you know, I think the biggest thing for me is just not having anyone to play with. I almost got to play with Mark Square the other day. We just didn't get to connect. But I think more than anything, not being able to play with people because of what I'm playing is probably a bigger deal to me than not experiencing some of the story, because I think I just understand that I'm not in a position to be able to do that. And, you know, I get why.
Actually, I mean, even if you only play for like 2 hours, those, like right now with the story being in those Invitation of the Nine things, they're weekly and they don't take very long. It's a strike and like some patrols, really, if you go to the right places.
It's mainly just being able to pick it up.
Yeah. I think that's... Like, I think I finally picked up the Thorn quest when I was on recently. You know, so it's just something that, you know, it is what it is.
I see Litlin in chat right now, Void Sealer, and I just gotta point out, I feel so bad. I did something awful this week. I went in to help him with the Thorn quest.
Did you DDoS somebody?
No. Oh my
That's
God.
going around. There's somebody...
There is somebody spreading a rumor about me DDoSing in high-level comp.
Wait,
and it's
really?
awful. Yeah. Somebody, hey, Mana, get this. Okay.
That's why we're laughing about it, because Mana's face is like, for real? Like, yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Like,
so I got DDoS the other night for the first time, which, real quick, that is the most awful feeling to have your...
I think I saw that tweet. Yeah.
Your whole internet goes down.
I don't know. I've gotten hit in the balls pretty hard, and I can imagine that's worse.
Probably worse, yes. But I had friends who were playing who had like assignments to turn in. Litlin was one of them who was like, I gotta turn in this paper, but like his internet's down, and it like affects more than just you and your game. It affects your entire family and whatever they're doing. It's like a terrible invasion of privacy. So
yeah,
first
you can just keep on getting hit off too.
Yeah,
like,
and I did twice.
Mhm.
Yes. And so that's super frustrating. But aside from that, I played with a different team last night and got my comp score back up to 4,900. So I'm really close to my second season of Legend. But while I was playing with these new guys that I met, they were like, hey, do you know there's a rumor going out about you from this other high-level comp guy, and he's saying you've been DDoSing people. And I was like, wait, what, are you serious? And he was like, yeah. And then the next game, I was like, well, first of all, that's not true. You know, I would never, like, it's happened to me. I know how awful it is. I would never do that to begin with, but it's terrible. And then the next game, we face a team, and I get a message before we even load in, and the other team guy messages me in particular and says, please don't DDoS us. That's what it said.
my God.
What? I
So
would
fucked
never.
up.
That's crazy.
What
Yeah.
did you respond back, by the way? You never told us.
Yeah,
that
did you
part.
respond back?
I told him specifically, I was like, no, that's illegal and terrible. I would never do that.
What did he
and
say?
And then we beat them 6-0. So
What did he say back? Anything?
he didn't say anything. No. But okay, my story with Litlin though. So we were gonna get his Thorn quest done, and this is a warning for everyone that tries to go in the last strike in the Thorn quest. Do not try and cheese it and not kill all the enemies, because we were like, oh well, let's just melt the boss, the strike, you know, as soon as it appears, and we did. And he had worked solo for like an hour to 2 hours to get up, because it's a really hard strike to do solo, and he did it by himself, and I just jumped in to help at the end. We cheesed the boss and didn't kill the knights on the side, and it ends, and he's like, where's my thorn? And it doesn't drop, and he spent like 2 hours in there. I was like, oh no, dude, I'm so sorry. And he like had to go to work. He's like, I can't do it again, I gotta go. And so he wasted all that time because I was just like, well, let's just cheese it, whatever.
Rip.
So yeah, don't do that. Do it legit.
Does somebody
That's actually good info, because I have yet to do that.
does somebody who cheeses the night sound like someone who wouldn't DDoS?
That's a decent
my
point.
God.
By
Listen to this.
Oh my
Listen to
god.
this
He has
toxic
a point.
campaign.
Dude, I don't even like joking about it, man, because it's
I
such
know,
a
that's the-
serious thing in high level comp. Like when you're, no, it's terrible.
Very frustrating too.
I like joking about it.
That's because you don't play high level comp.
It
Maybe I
Real
do.
backhand.
He called you a scrub.
I have an alternate account. It's Chessman 5000.
Oh my god, he had to go there.
What this guy's talking about.
Dude, yeah, like, but it is like it's a very frustrating thing. I had a friend, Will, got hit off this weekend. I got hit off this weekend. Like, it really sucks, dude. Like when it happens, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to that 55. I want to get that not forgotten this season.
What happened to
And,
getting me the one gun and taking my account and playing?
Well, I gotta have like some people to play with, like at that level too. So I mean, like if I can find some people who need recluse help, I would totally play your account.
Yeah, that.
I'm down for that. But Not Forgotten has been tough, man. I've been playing with Litland all weekend. A bunch of people have been playing with Lego, been playing with Will, bunch of their friends, met a bunch of incredible people this weekend, and climbed all the way up to like 4780 or whatever, and had some unfortunate events. So right now I'm at like 4550 with like a 3-win streak or something.
Oh,
like
3-win streak too. Nice.
Yeah, but like, because me and you jumped in Lego.
Yeah, that's from that game.
And right when the Revelry dropped, and I heard about that buff, so I was like, I was one of the first, and I'm not saying that like I was the first person to figure it out. I was just one of the first people who happened to have a team, and we went in, and I had the Shinobu's Vow on, and you could literally throw grenade, like you couldn't throw them fast enough. Like, I wish there was something that allowed me to throw grenades faster. Like, I was just whipping them, dude. It was like an incredible snowball fight, but it was just like an entire weekend of like ups and downs, like really great streaks, really great games, running into people we know, running into friends and stuff like that. And like everyone's out there either like going for Unbroken or trying to help a friend or like a friend of a friend and stuff like that. And I just want to get it done this season. I don't really care about Unbroken, but yeah, I just want to get in there and get it done, and it's kind of tricky right now, which I'm sure we'll get into. So
yeah, it is kind of tricky.
I'm just gonna embrace it. All the grenade spam. I want to do it. I want to try
embrace it, dude.
I just want the Unbroken title. Like I don't want to get to 5500 3 times. I don't want to do any of that. I just want someone to give me that title.
Well, you can go on eBay and you can pay someone like $1,000. No, I'm just kidding.
I can spend $1,000 on much more enjoyable things.
I'm sure you could.
Quickly, before we move on, I just wanted to say, you brought up God of War and yada yada yada. Did anyone see? They specifically came out and said they're not doing DLC, but they had an anniversary thing the other day because it's been a year, and they released an image. And this won't mean as much to people who haven't played the game, but it's still cool if you know anything about Norse mythology or even the MCU, really. It was Kratos and what's his son's name? Atreus.
Oh, are you talking about? Oh, his son. Yeah.
Atreus sitting in the boat, and the boat had runes, and I think the sea, the world serpent was behind him, but the boat had runes on it, and someone figured out the runes just said Ragnarok is coming.
Oh, dang.
I'm guessing it's going to be a trilogy.
I
hope it's a long term, because like the whole Ragnarok story and all that like takes place in like 3 separate events.
Well, not only that, but
do a DLC for it.
No, they said they're not doing DLC.
Oh, okay.
They want to make like sit down, play through one time, story driven. Blah blah blah. I think it'd be really cool though. They could really make it like, man, I get what you're saying with like the 3 things. Like you're talking just Ragnarok, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking about that storyline. If they approach it that way,
they could even just do like however they broke up the storylines. It'd be really cool to have the second game end on like a super shitty downer. Like Ragnarok happened, whether you lose or just something bad happens, and then it ends. And then the third one is kind of the like, kind of like Infinity War and Endgame, we presume, because I don't know what happens in Endgame.
Which there's in-game spoiler stuff going on, and I don't want to know anything about it. No one better don't like.
I already saw the movie.
No, you haven't, and I can't even like go into like Twitch streams, without somebody start talking. Like somebody will randomly be like, "Hey, did you hear about the in-game spoilers?" And I was like, "What the heck? No, I need to get out of here. Don't say anything." It's so hard to avoid stuff nowadays. But I did go on Twitter.
Yeah, you avoid me pretty well.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I mean,
That-
we all have a
that's
story
lazy.
of Lego avoiding us, or coming to us like a template, informal way of talking to you. Don't deny it, Lego.
I am good at that. I am good
Yeah,
at
you
that.
are. It's like, hi, this is Lego. You may remember me from the podcast. After reviewing your resume, your credentials just don't match up. So please contact us at our help number. That's basically what you approach the situation.
Come on.
Wow.
It was pretty close.
Oh,
I
that's
was there for the whole thing, and it was actually knowing like that was very like heartfelt and thought out, and like just saying.
Thank you, Hove.
Yeah,
Thank
but you
I
definitely
appreciate
DDoS
that.
people.
Oh my God. Man, I helped you.
Jesus.
Well,
Can't deal with this guy.
I mean, I haven't been DDoS, so that's great. But at the same
good.
time, I haven't really played any multiplayer games still. For actually, tonight was the first time I played multiplayer since I played on TV's account. What, 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah, huh?
And I
Penis
was trying
water.
out. I was also yes, but I was trying out this new alpha. It was for this BR called Spellbreak. And this battle royale is just based around there's like no gunshots, no anything other than just you're using spells and certain things that go along with spells.
Oh.
It's in alpha. It was really confusing, so I didn't really give it a long time because I was also tired. So it's like, you know how normal battle royales you start off in like something flying, you just dive like when you start. When you're in the loading area, a map just pops up and you choose. If you don't choose, you just stay in the loading area.
Oh my
like the
gosh.
starting zone. So at the beginning, I was still trying to figure out what the heck, because you also spawn in a place that just has all the items littered around, so you can pick them up and try them. And items as in just spells. Like there's like
Yeah,
these
so you were just
gauntlets which
picking
give
up
you spells.
everything.
Yeah, I was just messing around, and then I was with Ice Prime and a couple blueberries, and Ice Prime is yelling at me. He's like, man, drop here. I'm just like, what? It's like, you're in like the party bus. I don't know what it's called. He's like, no, I'm looting. I'm like, what do you mean you looting? So he had to actually click something and fall down. But yeah, it's just like it was on PC. So like left click is like your left gauntlet, right click is your right gauntlet. There's no like aiming down sights, at least that I know of. But then like the Q and E is 2 more abilities, and then you have 1 through 4, and then you have R, which is like your rune or whatever. Which the first rune I found, it just allows you to fly for a couple seconds. I'm like, this is awesome. And then we got wrecked by a person because he had a room that could just see everyone through walls for like a duration. So
I think they call that a hack.
It's like some sort of wolf cry. You hear a howl and then they can just see you. And I don't know, it was crazy. Oh, you get to choose 2 different subclasses out of like a list of like 15 subclasses. And I'm just like, I'm too tired for this, man. I don't understand what I'm doing. I thought I was just going to point and click like most games. So
Did you how far have you gotten in Spider-Man?
Spider-Man was the last thing. What is that? The task giver or whatever his name is?
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yeah, but he's just kind of side mission stuff.
But
So
the
you
first
were
time I
with
fought him happened. Like he just randomly appeared.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat my ass for a little bit because I was literally saying goodbye to my chat, and then boom, he just appears and just challenges me. I was like, wait, what's happening? I'm getting murdered right now.
Mhm.
So whenever that happened,
Did you fight Godzilla yet?
Godzilla?
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know.
I was gonna try to
It's like
go
the
with
same
that,
game.
but your reaction I couldn't.
But no, I'm like, I think the game says I was like 50 something, a little up above 50 something percent of the way through the game. The
Oh,
game
so
is
you
much longer than I thought it was going to be.
Especially,
Like
I also
collectibles and
spent
stuff
like
in it,
3
too.
yeah, I also spent like 3 or 4 hours the other day just trying to get all the side quests and like collectibles.
Yeah.
And those challenges infuriate me. Like, have you done the challenges, Hove?
what do you, which
Like, it's like the ones where the drones, you have to follow the drones and go
Oh,
through like the
yeah,
little,
yeah.
blue like bubbles.
Is that the
Oh my
environmental
God.
ones? Like the hairy ones that he leaves behind? You have to do those ones, or is that the like Harry Osborn? He leaves behind the
Oh,
environmental things. Yeah.
Dude, those things were upsetting me because like since like I just started replaying it just last week, so I'm still trying to get in the swing of things.
I hate you.
And no, it's just like you're trying to keep up because like if you want to get the T3 of the challenge completed, get the
the
full
goal.
amount of tokens, you gotta go fast. You know you have to do it as fast as possible to get the highest amount of points, and you also don't want to skip any of the things like checkpoints it leaves behind. So I'm trying to swing, keep up with it, trying to hit the things, and I'm not used to it, I guess. And like if you try to go too fast and you swing upward, your guy just goes flying up.
Wow.
Like,
it's called momentum.
But no, it's the thing, like he like does an extra jump with it, you just go flying and you can just miss it, and then you have to go turn around and go back, and then it just frustrates me, and then I miss a checkpoint like 30 times, and I run away and just hope that it resets me.
All right, very last question before Leo gets mad. What's your favorite suit so far that you have?
That's rough. I don't know. There's some really sexy ones. It's
Here's my problem. Some of them are really, really like cool ideas, but they don't look like Spider-Man to me. They look like they would be cool for somebody else, but the few that I really like all kind of have the exact same like shape to them. Like they look like, sleek stealth Spider-Man. Like some of the ones that have crazy shit on them look neat, but I don't like them.
Yeah, I got the one that's like decked out like black carbon fiber looking one that I think has like red in it.
Is that the one you get from Black Cat that she gives you?
I think so. I think that was it. I was just like, that looks sexy, so I'm rocking that right now. Before that, I was rocking it was like the free Fantastic Four one where it has the bag on your head, but like the Fantastic Four suit on. I was like, this one just looks dumb, so that's why I'm rocking it. But before that, it was like the glowy white one. It kind of looks like you're like taken almost.
You'll get my absolute favorite, I think, is the one you'll get at the end of the main campaign. Not when you beat it, just near the end. But one of the ones that is very, very much up there, top 2 or 3, is the Velocity one, the one you get from Dr. Octavius, like super early on, like right away, with the white. Okay. That's sick looking. That's an original one. That is not from any of the comics. Why is Lego laughing so much? All right. I'm done.
Okay, we're done.
I find it funny, though. Wait. I know what he's laughing at. Socio said in chat, yawn, the Hove and Mana show. One, that shows how often Socio's here, because Mana's never here. And when he is, he doesn't really say much. So, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, if you haven't been playing, we're just, whatever.
It was like, I still have yet to touch any Destiny story since the beginning of Black Armory.
Dude,
because Black Armory literally just killed it for me, and I don't want to go back and do the story.
Yeah, but there's no, like, there's no, like, long story campaign. It's, like, small things, and it's awesome now.
Well,
the story.
Here's what I was going to say. One, that I'll save the one because I want to lead into like the first part of the event, but with the lore story part, like Black Armory, I just started using my ult. I don't level up my ults. That's one thing that keeps the game like nice for me, is I don't take the time to like do a duplicate of everything, because that annoys me like to no end. And so with my hunter, I just started leveling it up for arc bolt or for skip nades, obviously. And I know. And so I was like doing, making sure he was all leveled up for everything. And I realized I didn't do any Black Armory, because some of the bounties this week are like Black Armory stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. I'll just do it because it says or the Crucible. I'll display that in the Crucible, because the Black Armory like was the least interesting Destiny thing to me. And I feel like you could almost just like not do that content and just go straight to all the 9 stuff, because you don't have to do Black Armory to get to the Drifter stuff, right? Like,
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Like, my mindset is like,
you don't need
probably have to, so I just never jumped into it.
I wouldn't even worry about it. But the other thing I was going to say, man, and this is the interesting thing to me, is that the new linear fusion rifle, the kinetic one that you get from this event, dude, it's pretty crispy.
Get a kinetic one?
Yeah, so it goes in your primary like kinetic slot, and it's still special ammo, like you only get 2 bolts. But it has a very low zoom scope, like it's like No Land Beyond style, but instead it's like one like rectangular scope that's really thin and has just a red dot in the center, and that's it. So it's real easy to like lock onto a headshot, and it's a linear fusion, so it has a charge time, but it's really short. It's like zit, Like it's
super
so
fast.
I think I saw. I think it was Bife posted a video of him just like taking out a Titan with an overshield and it doing like 400 damage or something like that.
Yes, so it takes out Titans with overshields. It can almost one-hit shot a super, someone in their super in PvP. If you get a headshot, it takes off like 75-80%, and then you just follow up with a hand cannon shot or something and finish them. So it feels, a lot of people are using it with Recluse right now, and it's not that hard to get. Like, you have to complete 7 of the triumphs basically, and there's like 12 of them. So it's really not that bad. You basically just have to get a bunch of headshots in all the events, and that will get you the fusion rifle. So it's
maybe eventually I'll jump back into it, but right now I'm still on the single player game binge. You know, I've just been really enjoying those.
Mana says maybe eventually I'll jump back into it on this Destiny podcast.
Maybe eventually. I mean, I really haven't had like the urge to jump into Destiny.
Man, I like your hair today.
It's like I like your face today.
Thanks. So nice.
You're welcome. But no, it's just like, you know, like D1 I got to that part, but you can play Trials of Osiris and that got your light level up.
Yeah.
And like there's not much in PvP that really grants you that as often, you know? It's just so like I think I'm literally to the point where I was in D1 where it's just like I don't, you know, PvE is cool and all, but I just kind of want to play Crucible.
I will say, yeah, there's definitely a lot of work that needs done. I don't think we're saying there's not, but not that there's much to talk about. I'm not trying to dive into that topic, but the people who went to the last summit have said again, just like the last one, where things did change for the better, that they're very excited again for the future, that there's a lot of cool things coming. Yeah.
I didn't see any of that.
Nice. Yeah. Nothing. Well, obviously, they couldn't get into much of anything because of NDA, but I remember someone saying, I can't say anything, but... And the person kept asking them questions anyway, and they were like, were you excited? And they were like, yes. The things we saw have me very excited again for the future. So
that's cool. That's good to hear. Amanda, you know what you need to do? You need to jump into some of the private Crucible matches we've been doing where we just do like snipers only or something. It's been pretty fun.
See, another game that's also, if I'm not streaming Spider-Man or another thing. Also, I finally finished Red Dead Redemption 2. That game took a dick year. Yeah, that game is so freaking long, but it's so good. Campaign's so good.
Like,
have you played Witcher 3 at all?
A funny thing about that, I played it both on PC and PS4 and haven't completed it on either. Well, so I got it for free on PC and started playing it because of a free part for it was a PC part. I got it, so as I started playing, I'm like, I pre-ordered it on PS4, so then I got it for PS4. I'm like, I should play it on PS4 since I paid for it there. Okay, man, I like controller more, anyways. So like I did it. I did the same stuff because the first area I tried to complete everything, and that's the problem. I tried to complete the first area, which I don't know if you can actually 100% the first area. I think more things just pop up constantly, and I just got burned out and never completed it.
Dude, once you get used to the combat and like stuff like that game, you're talking about like a game that takes a dick year, dude. I've been playing that game for freaking years, like kind of going through the same thing where I'll start a new game file or
I think the DLC
is so damn good, man.
Was it the DLC for that one or The Witcher 2 got like a ton of awards just by itself? Like,
I'm pretty sure it was just the DLC that got like a ton of awards like as well. I know the game did. Dude, it's just phenomenal. It's a never-ending game. I love it. You could play it in different styles, but anyway, we're getting off topic.
Speaking of a dick year, though, taken to beat a game, I still haven't beaten Echo the Dolphin. But
just your phrasing, a dick year to beat a game.
On the bright side, Genesis Classic, I don't remember what they're calling it, is coming out in November, and it has Echo the Dolphin. Actually, the lineup for it looks amazing.
Triton, were you a Sega or a Nintendo guy growing up?
Hey, look at him, he's a Nintendo guy.
Then I had Sega, and then pretty much PlayStation. So I didn't really stick to any one side.
I had a few games for Sega. Like Mortal Kombat was the definitive experience on Sega Genesis for sure.
Vector Man.
Code.
Oh,
and,
Vector
they
Man.
had some good titles, but yeah, predominantly.
The second one was scary. Those big ass bugs, dude.
Go look at the lineup on the
Genesis
Classic
Saturn?
thing. I did, yeah.
No one ever talks about the Sega Saturn. Yeah.
I had a Sega Saturn.
There's some very expensive games for Sega Saturn right now, like collecting wise. Like
I imagine, yeah.
You'd just be better off emulating that.
Look at
shit.
Lego's face. He's so mad.
I thought the classic Genesis had come out like a while ago. Like I swear there was like a knockoff version.
I think
There
there was like a
knockoff
knockoff.
version,
Yeah.
It was bad. Real bad.
Yeah, no, this is made by Sega, and the lineup for it. It has. Does anyone? No one is gonna remember this game. But does anyone remember Gunstar Heroes?
100%. I remember.
Oh my!
Gunstar
It's on there.
Heroes.
I'm gonna
That
play
name's
that
on
for.
there.
Listen, Lego. I'm
don't
really
remember.
sorry, but we're starting a new podcast about Gunstar Heroes.
That's fine. You can do it.
Okay.
You know.
I saw it had Comic
Whatever you
Zone, which
want.
you can't get past like the second page without having no life because that game was hard as hell. There was a lot of hard games.
Watch your
there,
mouth.
dude. It's really hard.
Don't say hell.
That's what she said.
Also, you guys need to say your words.
I have been.
Hey, my
I'm one
words
down.
were
I'm
Destiny,
one down.
basketball,
Don't.
and Chick-fil-A. So
Your word was Destiny?
No, because I sent him his words, and he goes, "That first one is not something I'd be likely to say." And I was like, "Well, that's the point. If I gave you Destiny, basketball, and
Oh.
Chick-fil-A, like, you're gonna just say that. That's the point. It's supposed to be something you wouldn't normally say.
That's funny.
Like,
Okay,
I-
well, speaking of Destiny,
I give Mana words like erect. He would never say that.
yeah, again, he would definitely say that.
I mean, I could probably say it in a weird
Yeah,
manner.
see-
So
In a weird manner. That's the point. You're no fun, Trayton.
What are we talking about? Weird man. A man would just randomly say erect. There's like no reason that he wouldn't say that.
What?
he's also not wrong.
See, Hove. All right, sorry, Lego.
Poor Lego.
I don't get why everyone apologizes to me.
Because we can tell.
The viewer who's listening
Lego,
to the
like
podcast.
if there was a way to like program.
Because I find,
on you every time we do this, we would.
I think at least some of our lovely viewers and listeners enjoy the nonsense we talk about.
I think so too, Hove. I think so too.
We just apologize to you because we can tell that we've all been talking and you haven't
You
said
are dying
anything.
inside.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Does it really?
Lego has this like the fakest smile ever.
Just,
No, it's not that bad. You're adorable, Lego. Continue.
Thank you, Wilson. Thank you. I just don't want to be the only one here that switches it back to Destiny, which it feels like I am.
I don't think that's
so-
true.
But I am switching it back right now. So, Revelry.
Ready whip.
There is not only a new... I can't even do it.
I'm sorry.
Triton, you
Yes.
got to try out, the new mode, and you're the one who I feel like has played, hasn't been on as much as everybody else. So I'm curious what you thought running into the forest, the new redesigned stuff. Did you get to check that out along with
I did,
the tower and everything? Well, first off, I'll just say real quick with the look of everything, because I saw the trailer for this event and I thought to myself like I was kind of disappointed, honestly. Like I thought, okay, the tower's redone and there's the forest thing again, which we already saw them do for Halloween. So they're just
There was a
redoing.
bong on the table in the trailer, the little
we got
outline of the
excited for
vase
that.
with the flowers
Yeah.
in it. I was like, did anyone see the bong 10 seconds in? That's what I took away from the trailer.
Where Wilson was at.
So there
Anybody
was
else?
that, but also that like I just saw it and was like, like it looks cool, like it looks good, I guess, but it's kind of reused stuff, and I wasn't very excited for it. But then when I got in myself, the first thing I thought when I loaded in the tower, I was like, man, this place looks amazing, right? Like this is the best looking event space they've created so far, in my opinion. It just looked incredible. And then also going into the forest for the first time, I was like, man, they really made it feel like different, and it's different than the haunted forest, which had like you were racing against time to get to this one boss thing, and it's kind of that way, but you would go through stages of like in the haunted forest where you go through and then you get teleported, and like it didn't seem endless, whereas this forest truly feels like it's non-stop. It's just creating new places for you to go, which I know it has a reset thing, but it just didn't feel the same to me as the haunted forest did. And so I thought overall, like as far as first impressions go, I thought it was really cool. Like,
Which do
way
you
better
think
than
you
I thought it was
prefer,
gonna be.
Haunted Forest or this one?
I think after playing it a while, I think I like the haunted forest better.
Really?
Only because I felt like it escalated in difficulty, and this one feels like it doesn't.
I don't believe it does now.
I
Yeah,
like the
and
spooky factor of the one in the forest.
And I like the spooky factor.
That
I
was
like the
dope.
knights
First-
randomly showing
First
up.
time you fell in that hole and all those knights were coming after you, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it was taking other people who didn't know about it so that you could see their reaction to it.
Yeah. The last thing I will say about it is I wish that this one did escalate, because then it would probably be my favorite, because I love the way that it flows through the different levels or stages that you go through, and it feels kind of seamless. I felt like they did a really good job on that, and I wish it just would have escalated rather than be an endless. Like the first time I did it, Triton, you were saying you got to like stage 20 or something like that. I got to stage like 70 something.
Wow, way to show him up.
And it.
God,
well, I'm just saying,
so toxic.
Backhanded compliments today.
I'm not the only one though. Like I talked to other people, and they were like, I got to level 100, the first time, and I just wanted it to end. But you don't want to like purposefully end. It feels like you're doing something wrong, and that's just. I don't think you should ever feel like you are purposefully the one to choose to end it. Like that feels bad.
So if you don't know like what the fuck is going on while you're in there, you're supposed to be clearing out branches and then looking for offshoots for little chests that give you more of that
the essence.
Yeah, the essence, the herbs and spices for the event. And you basically, for every like area that you clear, I think it gives you like 10 seconds on the clock for the boss.
Yeah, you get some more time. Yeah,
for the boss wave. Yeah, and there's like 5 bosses at the end. And it's really cool because like when you beat all the bosses, all the chests open up at once, and like
I do like that.
One time I got like 3 legendaries in like one run, and you get a bunch of that essence and things like that. But I took my essence back for the first time today. I wasn't keeping it all for Crucible, like some would lead you to believe. I actually spent 70 on a random package today, and guess what I got?
Oh, what'd you get?
I got a fucking blue sidearm.
I heard about that. I heard about blues dropping.
Walked the fuck away. That's exactly what I did. Never again. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get all hopped up on that shit and go right to the Crucible, man.
Yep.
Fuck packages. Like, I'm gonna go into the Crucible, get all hopped up on some skip grenades, and have a good time. Fuck it.
Okay, so Wilson, I didn't know that. I was wondering, because I didn't buy the packages because I was saving all mine for the Crucible, like a scrub that I am.
No, man, that's genius.
But then I saw this complaining on Reddit about blues like coming for the event, and I was like, what are they talking about? Like, nothing I've got from Tess has all been like crazy good emotes and shaders and stuff. I was like, what are we complaining about? And so now I know, Wilson, it's the packages. I appreciate you warning me, because I had no idea what they were talking about.
Dude, yeah, don't spend that shit. PSA, like I said, just get all hopped up on essence and go have a better time in the Crucible. You'll probably get more drops there anyway than you. I don't know what she's supposed to give from that thing. I don't know if you can inspect it like you can. Some gifts and things like that, but is there more things going on in the DMs that
I'm staying out of the
no,
DMs.
no.
But I will go to Lego's question. I think
I don't even want to look.
for the first time in a long time with this event, I was actually surprised by something, because I hadn't followed anything. I haven't been a part of the trailers. It's just been really hard to kind of, and I've kind of alluded to that multiple times, if not just been direct about that in the podcast so far, about just interacting with people. But to be surprised by something in Destiny is actually really nice. So to not follow these things and to come in and see like the tower's fully decorated in a theme that we hadn't seen. And there was all these kind of things to kind of explore and do. And, as Manon mentioned, I think there's still, to me, a disconnect between the content and how quickly you can progress to get to a certain amount of content. But aside from that, the fact that you could jump in, I think it was like level 250 or 200 was the forest. So like, and I didn't know if that meant it would scale up on me or what that would be, but I could do it right away. But only going to roughly stage 20, it didn't feel endless. I think I spent like 17 minutes in there. So I can kind of see how if you get to 100, you might be around like 40, 50 minutes. I mean, that could be probably not where you want to be at potentially. But I didn't feel that way. And then, on top of that, I think I also felt that like I like that they went and did this again. I like that they took another stab at the forest. I like that they risked saying like, oh, people didn't receive this well for 1 or 2 ways. Let's do it right away. Within what, like 4 months, we're talking about pretty much 4 or 5 months. And let's try to do it a different way. So I think that tackling it that way and not just saying like, oh, we're done with this, sorry, people didn't like it, or for whatever reason, to go right back at something, to do it a different way, and to see the feedback. And I think that it's great. So I applaud them on that. I enjoyed it. So I'll probably do it a little bit more, which is saying a lot considering I haven't been able to play the game that much. But I did happen to think that it was pretty cool. I really, really like the tower. This has definitely been my favorite tower of any event they've ever done.
Doesn't it feel like with the tower you could just like, you turn around, like there's all those plants and stuff looking like flamingo wings or something, you could like turn a corner and see like a statue of Aphrodite or something. Like just like it feels like so vast and like this big garden like area. It looks crazy. I love it.
It's awesome. I actually spent 10 minutes in the tower. I knew I only had about 2 hours, and I still spent 10 minutes just walking around to see stuff. So
sounds like bad time management.
I also love Triton, something that you said about like them doing it until they get it right kind of thing. The thing that gets me, and I don't want to sound too like down on it, I love that they surprised me with this event. I'm not getting down on this particular event. I think the way that they did this, like you said, is awesome. I wish that they would do this with PvP, that they would take like trials, you know, which maybe they are. Maybe I'm approaching this wrong, but it feels like in some aspects they'll give up on PvP stuff rather than like keep taking stabs at it to get it right. It feels like, particularly the trials area, it feels like we've been kind of abandoned on rather than, you know, trying these different iterations. And maybe it's just something that takes longer. That's probably what it is. I know they haven't given up on it. I just hear that, and that's immediately what I think of is like, oh, remember that one thing we used to have that, you know, they haven't taken a stab at again. And I know it's just time. It's just, that's what I immediately think of.
Lego, do you always think it's about maybe the level or kind of the, I don't say severity, but for lack of a better word, the severity or kind of the range of reaction you're going to get for taking a stab at PvP and making it change that way as opposed to this? I mean, like, we know you can come out and say that, hey, this is just something we're trying to test, but there's going to be those people who don't do that. And I don't want to misspeak and say that like Crucible Labs is supposed to be part of something like that to a degree, because I'm not sure that's something we're seeing yet. But do you ever think that that's maybe a part of it,
Sure.
that like the, you know, the way that people are, that they don't feel they have the room to do that? Because that's what I would think, and that's unfortunate, right? Because as 5 people here who primarily like to play PvP, I'm sure I wouldn't mind trying interim steps until they get it right, what being able to provide feedback than just you know, not having as much communication as we are for the PvE changes.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that that's a part of it, Triton. And I think also something else that happened this week, which I guess we can dive into in a second, is the crucible effects of these tonics, of people getting unlimited grenades, and how it kind of broke comp, and that combined with the fact that we haven't had an in-game PvP thing, and then the only thing that we do have is now broken, and they said they can't fix it for the next 3 weeks because it's so integrally like tied into PvE. That kind of feels like a double like pound on the PvP community, because it's like, well, we're already in a bad state, and now you do this big thing for PvE that messes us up even more. It just feels really bad for
it is really rough, and like I understand that they wanted to try something fun and different and stuff like that, but like they know that like how much we like to like bitch and complain about every little thing in comp that changes, whether it be for good or worse. I just don't. Like, a part of me was really pissed off at first, I'm not gonna lie, and then like today I like came to my senses and I'm like, it's a video game, fuck it, let's get out there and throw some more skip grenades, you know. But like it's a huge oversight, and I said it right at the beginning. I was like, this is just like blanket coding for buffs for the games. There was no separation, no integrated into different game modes, no thought process, anything of that sort. And like I said it, I was like, they're either gonna have to like disable it completely, which they won't do because it's part of the event, and I understand. But like I hope, maybe, I mean, who knows, like a part of me wants to remain hopeful and think that they could come up with some sort of a fix, at least for like competitive or something like that. But it just sucks because like I'm on that not forgotten grind, man, and we all know that in trials and competitive, use any little thing that gives you an edge and stuff like that. And like I said, I was upset about it at first, but you know what, I'm just gonna get in there, and it's just gonna be a different style of gameplay, and who knows, maybe we'll kick ass at it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to be as positive and have as much fun as I can, and just try to get that damn gun and get the book out.
I do think it really is a matter of viewing it as like the way anything else in the meta changes. You just kind of, like you said, accept it kind of today and move forward. If you want the thing, you just have to adjust. And you know, I want to echo what you said, Wilson. You said, you know, it was clearly like an oversight. And that's almost the word Cosmo used when saying that they can't change it. I'll just read what he said on Reddit because DMG reposted it and everything. Basically, they were trying to rejuvenate every activity type in Destiny with a global change to the sandbox meta for a limited time. We knew it would be disruptive, but we're willing to try the experiment because the event only lasted a few weeks. It's clear we overshot. And so he says basically like, yeah, we overdid it. And they're investigating ways that they could change it, but they've learned a lot from this, and they're, probably they didn't say these words, but they're probably not going to do it again. One thing they did manage to fix is the headshots creating orbs. They took that out of competitive, and also raids and Gambit for other reasons, but they took it out of comp specifically because supers were crazy. Like when I was running with a good team and they were landing their not forgotten headshots, it was like they were just out. Like they got their super so fast. So that was a little crazy. So I'm glad that they at least fixed that part.
Would you say it was cray cray?
I would say it was cray cray. Yes.
Okay.
Hope, did you get a chance to try out any of the? Sorry, Wilson. Go ahead if you had.
No, I was gonna say comp is already in. I don't want to say a rough spot, but like it is kind of rough when you're just matching all the same teams all the time. So if you get one team that seems to have that one up on you with this mechanic, you know what I mean? It's frustrating because you're probably going to play them for a couple games until you drop rank or beat them and pass them and stuff like that. And like I said, it was a huge oversight, but at the end of the day, like, try to keep like criticism or constructive feedback, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of like just really crappy posts. It's like, we get it, you don't like it, but like that's all you have to say is you don't like it, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be like a huge
Yes it does.
Post,
this is the internet.
Well, Hose is always a dick post, but
dick pics.
That's what I thought he meant.
You want one?
You talked about changing up.
I'm surprised you haven't sent me one.
Like changing up the comp playlist to make, they wanted to create like diversity basically to bring more people in, or at least make it fun. And a lot of people have fun in Destiny by chasing things. I mean, that's a part of this event too, is chasing the things to get. And Windler made a post about this, a big Crucible post. But I think one of the things, particularly, I know I'm getting off on the comp thing, but this is the last thing I'll say about it, is if they want more people in the comp playlist, giving them more things to chase after the 2100 rank, like something for every rank, whether it be a weapon, an emblem, like anything, a shader, like that would get more people population in the ranks, and not just like as soon as you pass 2500 all you get are people going for the 5500, and that's the level you play from then on out. So it's basically like you're playing at legend for 2000 3000 points is what it feels like.
it's rough. It's super sweaty, man. I'm into it. I'm ready to lock this down and hit.
I am so proud.
Litland just messaged me. He hit it tonight again.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
sounded
here's
like
the thing.
me.
I'm super proud that I feel like I've played a part in converting Wilson into being a comp player, and to like, because you get this new mindset once you play that long in that playlist, where quick play doesn't really do it for you anymore, because there's not enough like clear strategy and like precise movement and call outs and stuff, and you kind of get hooked on that very competitive way of playing. And I love that I feel like I've brought him into that a little bit, even though it's all him. Like he brought himself,
hate
and
that.
I think I'm at the exact opposite spectrum as you guys. Like, I play comp for an entire day. I'm just like, I can't wait to never get back into it.
it's
I'm just
exhausting,
craving,
man. But like Saturday,
craving
dude,
the opposite.
Saturday I made like 1,100 points, and I was like, dude, it's good, kind of tired. Like I made some good gains today. So
I mean,
yeah.
See, in my
Let's make that
experience,
last
I could
push.
like make that in a day, and then like I play the same team for like 7 hours straight, and I just go back to like square one. I'm just like, I don't want to play this anymore. So
it's understandable,
Well,
man.
that's what was so good about Trials is, your progress reset every time you did a call. It wasn't like every time you played, you were at this sweaty, like, this is the the sum of all of my efforts for an entire season, and if I lose these matches, I lose everything that I've worked for. Trials was nothing like that. Trials was like carefree. You just go in. I just started, and who cares, And that made it so much more fun. We need that again in some way. Like you were saying, man, that's what brought you back. That was like your reason for playing. So
it's like it was also so much more accessible to everyone. I mean, you only had to win with all the boons, like 7 times or something in order to get the ultimate goal. So it's not like you spent hours upon hours upon hours, whereas just like 1 hour is usually one full card if you win every single game.
The funny part is like you didn't have to, but I feel like at least especially here we did, like we spent more hours upon hours upon hours playing that when you didn't have to than now.
It's honestly true. But that was another thing though, because I used Trials of Osiris to get all my characters up to, what was it, 400 light or whatever it was in D1. I didn't have to do PvE, even though I was way more into PvE back in D1 than I am right now. But like I used it to get whatever I wanted on D1. Yeah. Like I could literally just play that and get whatever armor, whatever variant of armor that I wanted to use, and it was crazy. Yeah. So
great. Would you say that it was cray cray?
Try not. I know you have something to say about
Maybe.
You go ahead.
Oh no! When you guys were talking about kind of the experience you get from comp, I remember Lego. Not this season, but the last season when me and you played together, pretty much from the get go to get out. I think I needed to get Luna's, and you were also looking for a mountaintop or something at the time as well. So to be able to get there, and I love that feeling. It is super draining though. It was very hard for me sometimes to go from playing because I think that one night. When it was the Shards of Galanor play that I made, it was like 3 a.m. when that happened. Oh, yeah, and like the next day I'm like a zombie. So I did get in a mode too where I was like so drained I couldn't, like, I don't say function, but there was like other things I couldn't put as much energy into. So in that respect, it was great in that it was in one respect that's great because it's so you have to invest so much of yourself into it. But
I thought Triton was going to say it's so true.
No. Hove sucks.
It's not very nice at all.
Oh man, Triton, that's a good point, man. It's so weird how it's a give and take. Okay, I said I would stop talking.
I mean, moving away. I mean, with comp, I think Mana made a good point too that like comp was allowing him to kind of reach max light level. I kind of feel again, and I brought that up now being more casual, is that the disconnect between doing the content and maybe progressing your light. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a prestige to have to get to. I mean, there should be something like, it's nice to get to 700 light, right? Like as the max. But I don't know if that's the same thing as like working your ass off to get Mountaintop or Luna or something like that. I kind of feel like, and it being in Mana's position as well, like it'd be nice if you could get to more content quicker, but there was things to chase, as we all mentioned. Chase is something people want to do once you get there. There's things I want to do in the game, but I don't even turn it on because I just can't. Like there's nothing like Iron Banner, not gonna happen, right? I mean, it's 650, can't even think about doing it. So I do hope that's one of the things that they address going forward, because we were talking a little bit about the criticism and people posting things online. To me, that's one of the things that people have said, and now I'm not going to excuse somebody for making a personal attack in that way, but it's also one of those things, and we brought this up the last time I was on, about how Anthem and BioWare has treated some of the concerns. There's times where that's not even addressed. So, it has to work both ways too. I think there's definitely a line between being not wanting hate speech at you, and then also maybe being overly sensitive to some other things. And there's very clear violations on both sides, but I feel like that's something that comes up regularly, and it's not something that anyone has ever attacked anybody over, but it's also something that's never been addressed. It's never come out. We are thinking about ways to, at least as far as I know, thinking about ways to get people increased in light more to tackle these. Now, I think when Black Armory first came out, it came up because it was obvious, but then it just kind of went away with one fix. I don't know if that's it. I would love to do more in this game. I'd love to chase things that require my time. I don't want to be locked out because I can't even put in the 5 hours of repetitive time.
I mean, they did increase prime engrams, how much they give you and how often they drop, right? Up to a certain point anyway. And then they have those drifter bounties that are automatically 640, one of everything, so you can get to 640, and they're super easy. I mean, I was going to say, I think they have started to do things that specifically allow you to catch up.
I still don't feel that as much. I mean, the 640 is valid. I guess it being at 650, the 640 doesn't mean too much
Well,
to me.
right.
So that would mean a lot to somebody else. So I mean, you know, Hope, you bring up a good point. That's valid for somebody in that position. I've probably gotten 6 prime engrams in the 4 hours I've played recently, and they've dropped maybe 2 light above what I'm currently at. I've got them at like
Really?
6.
I've never, even before they raised it. That's really normally mine are like 6 or 7. Yeah,
I've gotten 6. I got a 655 yesterday, and I think if I would have actually equipped my best stuff on me, I would have been probably 652. So for me, that's not working. And every time I get an exotic, it's 1 over.
Yeah, exotics are.
No.
So I mean, and I'm not saying that they should be more than that, but like, and I don't know. I don't want to suggest that it should be 10 every time or something ridiculous. But I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard hurdle for me to get into. Whereas honestly, I don't really, you know, Anthem has pissed me off all the time, but I'm at max light there, and I could just play for like 1 hour, and I'm still getting things dropping at the highest possible level. Yeah. So it is a little bit. You know, and I don't like that game nearly as much. And fix your trophy
idea about having stuff like beyond 2100 for competitive, like whether it be doesn't necessarily have to be more weapons, although weapons would be cool, but like even just like ornaments for armor or something, like you're saying, like emblems, shaders, things like that. Like you have a 0 to 5500 system, and you could work so much stuff in there that would keep people going past 2100, because I know a lot of people that are like, I'm hitting 2100 and I'm out. You know what I mean? Like only the crazies stay in after that shit. You know what I mean? And it'd be cool if there was just like a bigger loot pool, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I hate to say like more variety, but like loot goes a long way when it comes to keeping people invested in a particular playlist or activity. And Crucible needs some love right now.
I remember what Windler's particular thing that he mentioned that he thought would really bring people in to competitive was not just like high light level gear dropping specifically after 2100, but the stuff that drops from raids that gives you enhanced like reload speed and stuff. That's the only place you can get it. And if that dropped in high level comp too, people would play that to get like enhanced reload gloves or, you know, enhanced super energy from fusion rifle kills, stuff like that. You know, that would keep me playing all the time for those kind of perks. But I know, you know, we've been talking about comp for a while. Some good light level discussion too, because I think that stuff's really valid for a lot of people who feel like, what do I do? You know, especially the 700 grind. But also, Hove, did you get to jump into the forest? What did you think of the tower? Just the whole event. Did you think anything of it?
I haven't actually. I did just got on to do. Actually, no, because I got on Monday to do the Invitation of the Nine thing. I haven't had a chance to play this week.
Gotcha.
I've been doing so much driving at work.
Yeah.
Like that's all I've been doing is traveling.
For you to try it out. Mainly, I'm excited for you to, 1, spam grenades in the Crucible, because it's actually kind of fun, and then 2, to use that Arbalest fusion rifle. Wilson, you haven't got it yet, have you? Did you get it?
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, Wilson.
Wilson, you're muted.
Wilson.
My bad, I'm
You're
muted.
also really high, I
got
think.
it. World's first. Woo! I did get it. I got it super quick. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I love it. It's cool. It's fun. It makes me giggle and laugh in PvP, and it gives me a reason to keep stuff with linear fusion rifle scavenger on it now.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's fun. I like to do bad things with friends.
Also, lots of people, Cool Guy TV and Astacross, all put out videos of people using it with, or them using it with the Warlock thing that cracks the chest piece that makes things explode. Chromatic fire. Yeah, because if you snipe someone, the damage on the chromatic fire explosion increases depending on how much damage you gave the player. So this thing almost one-shot super. So when you headshot someone with it, it insta-kills anyone next to them by the explosion.
It's pretty
dope. There's like lots of videos of triple kills getting headshots, which is pretty awesome. It's like a, you know, super firefly effect. It's pretty cool.
Superfly.
It's a superfly effect. Yeah.
Did you see the video Lab put out on it?
No, I did not.
They would body someone with it, and it puts like a little like cloudy aura around them or something, like just a body shot, and then that aura goes away, and then they're just susceptible. If you hit that guardian again with a body shot, it just kills them, and it only does 160 damage. So there's something bugged with it right now. So if you hit someone with a body and that buff goes away, or that debuff goes away on them, the next body shot, even though it only does 160 damage, was still killing people in private matches. Pretty wild. So I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Yeah.
Remember that time we did private matches?
We need to do it again.
I don't think.
Did you have fun, Hove, joining us for those private match games?
When I got there, no. I hated it and I was mad at you.
Why?
I mean, I ended up having fun, but like, it was funny because you were like, oh, we're going to do these fun private matches and it's so goofy and it's so much fun. And I got there and it was Lego and all his 5,500 comp friends playing Countdown. And I was like, this is not what I signed up for.
Oh.
They were yeah, I joined to them picking teams, like drafting and playing Countdown. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be here at all.
And I picked you first.
Yeah, that was the worst idea you've ever had. And you smoke a lot of weed.
Volcano.
So we were imitating Trials and picking Countdown as the map, and no one was allowed to plant the bomb. So it was like, and you have unlimited revives. So it was just like old school Trials.
Do you want to know the best part? Do you want to know how bad? Because first of all, that was the first time I played PvP in quite a while.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten on. Do you want to know how bad I played? I never set a bomb that whole time. That whole time we played, okay?
Yeah, you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that until just now. Seriously, you just said that, and I was like, oh. Because even at one point, I don't know if I said it and everyone ignored me, or I thought it, but I was like, this is really stupid because we're not even setting the bomb. Why are we playing Countdown?
Oh my gosh. But, okay, so Hove, you say that, but then you said you had fun because we switched modes, playing rock.
Well, yeah, because there was a very, specific moment where, like, when we went to Bow Sniper?
Yeah.
And I couldn't hit anything. I hadn't sniped in forever. And then there was a moment, and I'm sorry, I hate to bring this up, but it was whenever I hit that quick scope on you, and then you spawned, and I sniped you again.
Yes.
It was that moment where I was like, all right, I'm back. And I hit some good shots. Up until then, I was just like, it was really bad. But then it was this very obvious moment in my head where I was like, yeah, like I got it. You know what I mean? And I felt good again.
Humble brag much. Yeah. Pretty much.
I mean,
no. It was a good moment. I'm glad you had, because I feel like you needed it, you know? Not that I gave it to you, but it was just necessary.
Like about the backhanded compliments today.
I'm doing good today. I feel like I'm
You
pretty
are. That's
up
like the
with
third one.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I can't even be bragging. I still didn't win any of those games. I just felt better about myself. And also, it's still not bragging. I just really like shooting Lego with things, because generally, he beats me in most things.
I'm just glad you found your rhythm, Hove. Like, Papa Rappa the Rapper. You
Who?
really got in the rhythm.
Wow.
Wait, Lego, say that again.
What?
Who? Like who?
Who?
Huh? Who?
Parappa the Rappa.
He said Papa Rapper.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
No,
Lego did
Parappa.
not.
The
You did not say Parappa.
He said Parappa.
Rewind the tape. He said Papa Rappa.
I heard a
pretty sure.
stuttery, unsure of himself, Parappa the Rapper.
Do you remember Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah, 100%. What is that, Dreamcast?
PlayStation. Well, it might have been
I
Dreamcast.
should have
Definitely
mentioned
PlayStation.
earlier. While
The
we
first
were
time I
talking
played
about
it was
the
on
game.
actually on the 360. I played the demo on the 360.
That's all I ever got to play was... Well, no, I played it somewhere else. Like, I never had the game. Chibi
know
Kim in
anyone
chat
that
says
actually owned
Papa Rappa is what you said, and I agree with her.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Papa Rapper.
Also, shout out to Kim, because Kim gave me some... it was when I was really like, man, this is going to be stupid. I'm not having fun, because everybody is really good and plays this all the time, and we're playing Countdown. And we went into one of those games, the Snipers Only game, and somebody said, oh, man, we're playing Snipers Only against Connie and Litland. They're just going to shit on everybody. And Kim said, I don't know. Hove can hit some pretty sick snipes. And that was like the nicest thing anyone ever said to me.
I
So thank you,
remember
Kim.
that moment, actually.
I do too.
And everyone was like, yeah, all right.
I told you you looked okay. That's not nice.
And fuck you guys.
Well, we did get a TWAB this week. And they talked about, for one, real quick, the story stuff. We were talking about lore earlier. They did mention very first thing, they put out a video that just kind of, for Triton and Mana, I feel like this might be good for y'all to check out at some point, because it kind of recaps some of like the stuff that's going on with the Drifter, and they kind of it's kind of like a hey to get you interested. I don't think it's really for the people who are already playing the game. It feels like a video that's like, hey, if you're not playing the game, here's what's going on right now with the Drifter and the Nine, and it's mysterious,
and that's how they say it too.
Yeah, exactly.
With the
like
little
that.
like shoulder
the little
swings
jitter,
going
yeah.
on, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Papa Rappa the Rapper.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought I kind of didn't like how they showed some cutscenes that we haven't seen yet, and I was like, whoa, I don't want to see this stuff yet, because there's so few cutscenes that I kind of just want to save it for when I'm playing the game. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a couple that I was kind of like, wait a minute.
Wait, what is this?
What a minute. Yeah. But it'll be fine. It was just a little tiny bit.
Yeah, it was just a little bit.
A little teaser.
Mm-hmm.
Just the tip.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, I thought it was fine. Anybody else have anything to say about that? I think the lore's been great. I'm glad they're trying to get more people interested in it. That's pretty much my only thoughts about it.
Do you know what's the one thing that will make up for, and obviously I wouldn't want this until like Destiny's over, but the one thing that will make up for every misstep that they've ever made ever?
Savathun releasing Trials 2.0.
No, it has to be after Destiny's
Any of
over.
Oh,
I want either a well done series, miniseries, movie, line of books, whatever, that is just the full story
Yes.
of Destiny.
I was
would
trying
read
to
the
find
shit out of
something
it.
like that, like today. I was like, what do I do? Okay, here. And if you're listening to the podcast, and if you pop a Lego, sorry, I just saw that in chat, Loki. So if you're listening podcasts on Twitch, wherever, I need to know, and from you guys, the other hosts of RezoCast, what would I say to somebody who, I have a friend who's really into D&D, and he loves lore stuff, and so I know he'd be into Destiny, and he even has like Destiny 1, I think, but he never dove deep into any of the lore. Like, what video do I show him to be like, look, this is what's really going on, but is a full summary that, there's lots of like, here's what you need to know about what happened in Destiny 1, but it doesn't cover the deep, good stuff,
It's simple.
Just
I
send
feel
them
like throwing maybe a couple Bife videos is
Yeah.
way, I feel.
Well, that's
Life
what I
actually
look
has
at.
a complete like what happened like way before D1 up into Forsaken.
Yeah,
Pretty sure he has like a 2-hour long video or something crazy like that, where it's just the entire, it's like obviously not the entire story, like you can't go into like super good advice, you know what I mean, the lore behind that, but like just like the main shit. Like, I mean, he talked a little bit about Thorn and Last Word. He has his own series for that, obviously, but for if you're just looking to like get like the super mega crash course in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 lore, he has like a very lengthy video.
Yeah, that might be one that I might send it. I feel like it's hard for somebody to appreciate how good it is till you actually play the game for yourself and go to some of these environments or use some of these weapons and then hear the lore about it.
I was going to say, I'm curious. Obviously, I can't do it because we're already where we are in Destiny, but I'm curious if the game would have gripped me as much if someone was just like, hey, check out these stories. This is what's in the game. And I was like, who are these people? I don't care. But like the fact that like we've used these guns, we've seen these. I'm agreeing with you. What are you thinking about? That like.
Well, I'm thinking about how because I started out by telling him something recent. I was telling him about Riven and all the lore behind Riven and what happened in the world, how the world changed whenever the first raid team went in and beat. And a curse was placed on the city, and I was telling him about it, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds really cool." And like I was like, "But how do I like show him that without giving him the entire history of Destiny 1?" Like there's just so much backstory to all of it.
I'm even just thinking like, would I like? I've talked many times on here, like the lore and the story is what really like has me back all the time. Like I love how deep it is and everything. I'm just curious my own if I would be as excited. Like if I just like started learning this stuff in the beginning, like there was this world and the Traveler came and they had the Golden Age, would I be like, oh, that's cool? Like, or is it because I know some of these characters and then you learn the backstories and that, you know what I mean? Like I just don't know.
I think so. I think you're right.
Also,
Also,
something kind of similar right now is like you're talking about like you go back through it after you already done stuff and you start like kind of relearning, if not like paying attention. Is like a couple weeks ago, you guys remember Shiny Sir? He got his wife D1, and they've been slowly playing through it. And just like a couple weeks ago,
he didn't give her the D2.
I was just laughing to himself in the corner. Shit. Oh my gosh,
that was actually slightly.
We save it for Doncast, okay? Just please, okay.
If I knew him better, I would have said I'll give her the D2, but I don't, so I'm not going to.
Inappropriate and toxic, but no,
and toxic.
Hella toxic.
But like, we just a couple weeks ago we did the Vault of Glass and the Dark Below raid for the first time ever.
Nice.
I saw you streaming that.
Back through it. And it was it's been so long, we forgot how hard, since we were playing as the content was dropping, she didn't. So she has this huge line of content, but she can't do it all because there's those walls that you hit and you have to jump into like strikes and stuff and do more. You can't even do the Nightfalls because it's endgame. So like, I'm just like, let's just do a couple Nightfalls, start grinding her up. I'm like, we can't even do that. She's too low light level. I'm like, how do we even play? So I'm like, but yeah, we were helping her try to catch up because she also has D2 now. She's just casually playing D2, but like we wanted to go back and actually like do the raids and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's actually really cool redoing everything.
Yeah,
and it's got like almost like relearning what D1 was about and what happened. So
that's
it was
cool.
it was fun. It was like I actually played more D1 PvE than I've played D2 in the past like year and a half, and just last like what two weeks ago, just in that one day, because like it was almost like fresh again as well. So it was, I don't know, it was cool.
I think as a final answer, I think if you really want to send him one video that sums it all up, just probably 2 Girls 1 Cup.
Don't advocate.
I shouldn't let that linger.
Video. There are things you can't.
Have you ever seen it, Lego?
There is.
No, wait, I've never seen it either. Do you know what it is?
No, there is.
I was forced to watch
There's
it.
no way Lego's seen it.
But do you know what it is? Just yes or no.
No, there is
really?
one other.
I'm gonna send it to you.
He hasn't saved.
Block Lego. Block him. Look, he's doing it. Block him right now.
I'm not gonna watch whatever he sends me anyway. He already knows. He sent me a D. I haven't watched it.
What?
A what?
He sent you a.
You cut out
a dick pic?
No, a DVD.
Oh, yeah, that was me being actually really nice.
Right when you said D.
I was like, okay, Hope.
Definitely sounded like dick pic.
Okay, so something else with the lore. This is actually really, really cool. If I posted it on my Twitter, there is a link to. There's a post on Reddit right now that's talking about how meta, basically, like how self-aware and breaking the fourth wall Bungie is right now with its lore. Because the 9 did it a little bit. There was a bounty last week, which I guess Hove has played now, but where you go and visit the emissary, and she basically says like. She's talking about your character. It's pretty much fact that that's what she's doing. I think so anyway. Anon, if you're listening, you can fix what I'm saying. But it sounds like she's talking to you, the emissary, and she's like, at first I thought she was talking about the Drifter because she's like, he's like this, and she's describing this person, and I was like, oh, she's describing the Drifter. And then she says a line that's like, and the 9 the whole time is confused, like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? And then the emissary says he's so powerful, he could just leave the game if he wanted to and end it all. And you were like, wait, what is she talking about me? Like,
did you know it's also gender specific if your character's female?
And that's what makes me pretty sure that it's talking about you, because I listened to the character and says she could just leave the game if she wanted to. And I was like, oh, so it is us the emissary is talking about. And then there's more lore that you get later on, and there's a big Reddit post about it, but you can really read into like the 9 understanding that, or not understanding yet, but getting there, that you are like in control of this and you are the most powerful being, because no matter what, you win. Even if you stop playing the game, then Riven stops, getting your wishes, because every time you play the raid or play the crucible, you're like wishing for, I hope I get this drop, I hope I get this win, and that's what powers Riven. And it was super interesting and very much breaking the fourth wall, but I love stuff like that.
I swear to God, if Destiny ends with this was all a dream, I swear to God,
I'm gonna pull a Super
shit.
Mario Brothers 2.
It's just, I brought it up on a different
Spoilers.
podcast, but I love the concept of a wish dragon and how it's things you're actually specifically wishing for. And the more we think about her and speculate, and even Sabathun did the same thing. Like, the more we guess at what Sabathun is and what she's planning, the more stronger she becomes, because deception is what makes her stronger. And that post went on to say more about like us have like our throne world is actually IRL, like what we are in real life, because it's the ultimate, like when we die in game, we can shut it off, and this is where we like come back, respawn, like we control all that from in real life. It was super meta and really awesome. I love stuff like that that's super trippy. So if you want to check that out, it's
You should
really
try
interesting.
LSD.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, actually.
Wait, where do I check this out again? Like that. This is all like.
Wilson might have some.
Can't confirm. Well, no, I can confirm that that's
I'll
what
send
it's
it
Oh,
to
I thought you were about to say can't confirm. I was like, that was fast.
No.
So yeah,
Experience.
that was just a little bit of lore stuff that I thought was really
I
interesting.
love Wilson.
Rest
Like
of the
all that
12
was canon. Like,
I mean, it's based off of canon. So I'll send you the actual thing, Mana,
Alright.
and you can check it out. It's pretty awesome. But on to the rest of the TWAB. They talked about Iron Banner next, which I'm pretty sure we all were like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. Like, there's nothing there
I can't.
that we would want. And I really was
Why
hoping
can't
that
you?
with
My light level is just way too low.
Oh, fill them in.
Yes.
I knew what you were gonna say.
There. I was gonna say this before we get off the topic. There's a. Do you buy it or you have to get? You have to get it, right?
You don't buy it. You get it for
It's
free.
a
the
random
first
Yeah.
time.
drop from
But
certain.
they're super.
activities.
They're easy to get. There's a buff that increases your level 50 or 100.
I did all my shit across all 3 characters that week and got 2. Just saying.
Well, anyway, it increases
I
your
didn't
like.
need it though. I didn't need it though. Maybe that's why
They
I
brought
got
that
so
with
few.
Iron Banner so that people like you can do Iron Banner. I don't mean that as like a people like you, but like people who were too low level before.
There was some resentment.
Just
That's
saying.
the where I won't do it.
Yeah, they're trying. It's good for if you want to get powerful engrams. If light is your main concern, you can just use that boon that makes you it's 700 basically, and then you can do all the bounties for the higher light level gear. So it is a pretty easy, straightforward way to get higher light if that's your main concern. But for players who are already high light, it just doesn't really make any. There's no reason to go in there. There's no new weapons other than some new armor, which I do like. The new Titan helmet is my new favorite helm. So if you're into that, maybe. But that's about it. Next up, one more thing with Iron Banner. They have this
Yes. New what? You cut out. I'm sorry.
There's a new emblem that I am tempted. It's just such a grind. You have to get 2,500 kills while you're burdened with that thing that makes you under 100 light. But it's an emblem called Heavy as Death, and it looks pretty hardcore and awesome and has wolves on it. And I kind of want it.
Those
but
things never go together.
It's such a pain, though.
Sound like you were gonna say the emblem's called Heavy as Dick, and I'm like, what? But you're Heavy as Death.
It's a big
You talk about
dick.
Iron Burden. It is a fucking burden to go for
It
half of
is.
this stuff. Like, it's
Yeah.
really like, okay, an emblem is cool and all to like show off what you've done, but it's cool if there was like other little breadcrumbs along the way to earn like more cool stuff. Kind of feeding back on what we were talking about with like competitive, whereas it's like you either do the bare minimum, get the bare minimum shit, or you go balls to the wall for like this one thing that
Yeah.
may or may not be trivial or even a weapon for that matter.
Uh-huh.
You know, like So it'd be cool if there was like other shit, like maybe curated roles and stuff that you could earn along the way with some of the Iron Banner weapons, like when they feature
That'd
a
be
weapon
cool. Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
They
It'd be
kind of
cool.
have that with the weapons that you buy at the end, because you can buy specifically.
kind of,
they're
but
normally
truly curated.
Yeah, like masterworked and
Yeah,
everything.
like masterworked and actually have like thought process behind the perks that are associated with the weapon. I don't know. That'd be cool. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
all I gotta do is check dim and be like, oh, these are the preferred roles. Maybe put most of them on there with something else. It's like, well, maybe we think this will work well with it too, but I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah. Hove, you sound like you've got something on your mind, but I'm afraid to ask what it is.
Nothing in particular. If you want me to think of something, I can.
That's okay.
It probably won't be appropriate.
We've got one last thing in the TWAB, so I'm going to just cover that real quick.
Don't worry about your DMs though, because I had to actually go plug it. That's where I went. I went to plug in my phone because it was on 6% because I was sending so many gifts to Wilson and Mana.
Yeah,
the freaking teenage girl, dude.
They are. Okay, so the
they
last
are?
change
What am I, Gollum?
In the TWAB is spectral blades are finally getting a change. People have been asking for this forever. It's basically just slight reductions in the health when you're in and out of stealth. And what really clarified it, which I'm glad they put this descriptor, but they wanted to make now if you're in spectral blades and you're not in stealth, you're actually the weakest super, they said. Other than I guess Golden Gun, because there's no way it's weaker than that, because that's normal. It gets no reduction. And then if you're in stealth, it's just on the weaker side of supers. And I feel like that's pretty fair considering how long it can go. But they've also reduced the time how long it lasts, and the cost of melee damage is 50% now, or increased 50%. So it takes a little bit more out of your super every time you swing.
Well done, Hove. Well done.
I heard it. I just ignored it.
What?
More reason to start running pole dancer and get used to throwing those skip grenades.
I need that too.
Which I honestly don't think Spectral's gonna be dead like they did with Nova, where it's just like completely killed it. Like I think they even said specifically, we tried. This seems like a lot with some of these numbers, like the 50% increase in cost of every swipe, but it really was so low that it's not going to be as noticeable. They didn't want it to cost too much. They just need a small visible cost to not let it be just completely overpowered.
And they want to look at how this plays out before they go into Gwynson as well.
Right. Yeah. So they're not double nerfing it.
Yeah.
I like the part about lasting longer.
Well, you don't last longer, Hove.
I know I don't.
I was gonna say shots fired, but dude just owned it, man. Fuck it. God, I love you, Hove. Never change.
Oh my!
I was a chubby kid. I learned a long time ago.
May you live forever.
You can't let it bother you. You gotta own it and go with it, and then it's fun.
Well, that's it with the TWAB. Did any of y'all have any thoughts on the changes to Spectral? I guess that's kind of the last thing here as far as changes within Destiny. I don't think.
Did I win Movie of the Week?
No, you didn't. I was just wondering, Hove, though, were you using Spectral at all, or were you?
Only when that vest was broken.
Yeah, which is still really good.
And but I've been running. When I do play, I've been using my Hunter.
Okay. I was really wondering if you were using the new Arc Web for the Warlock. I hear it's really good.
Like Arc
really
Weeb.
Good. The Arc
amazing.
Weebs. Yeah.
Dude, Arc Weebs are dope.
No, I haven't played
really
my
good.
Warlock in a little bit.
I've heard it's really fun because that Arc Web, when you throw one of those nades, if there's a bunch of people next to each other, it like lightning between them and kills everyone. So that's pretty cool.
That's what Joey was calling them, was Arc Weebs, and Ryan goes, do they watch anime?
I was about to say, I'm just like, I've been away from Destiny a while. Now there's Arc Weebs.
It's just a play on Arc Web, Arc Weeb.
Yeah. But with the tonics in this event, you can you can eat a grenade and make the arc buddy, and then you could instantly have an arc web up to throw again, which is pretty awesome.
Fucking hopped up on light, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Speaking of tonics, Lego, how do you feel about gin and tonic?
Not my favorite. I'm actually like just wishing I had more whiskey at my house right now. That's all I want.
Whiskey.
I mean, ask Claw. I know my whiskey. I'll come drink whiskey.
I have like the tiniest amount of Jameson left, and I'm like saving it for a good
That
time.
bad of a podcast, huh? You gotta hit the whiskey.
no, that's just on the reg.
Nice.
What?
Who are you?
What?
This podcast is going on. I'm just talking now. I don't know what I'm saying.
Welcome, Lego.
Welcome. RezoCast episode 130.
So I will say.
No, I just meant welcome to how we do that. Just talk nonsense.
Okay.
Some night soon, we'll put it out on Twitter. We will have another community private match night. That was a lot of fun.
Let's
it was
do it.
good.
No, we won't.
It was good to
Why
get
are you
the
against
community
this,
involved.
'Cause
Hove may or may
you're
not
for
be
it?
there,
I'm just
and he
kidding.
wants to, Hove will be there.
Don't
and he
worry,
wants to
Hove.
be on your
I'll join next time, and we'll be on a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, you really gonna play?
What's up?
You really gonna play?
Yeah. Whatever we play, since I haven't touched it, we'll suck together. You know. Like
You
a
might want to
people-
rephrase that.
I was going to actually make it worse and say something else, but I'm just going to stop.
You know, I like this, man. I feel like we've really bonded tonight, and you should probably come to Pittsburgh. We should go out again soon
Oh, and I can't say it.
on a Wednesday.
But me and Lego,
Probably not a
came
Wednesday.
up with an amazing
Alright.
idea that we need to talk about after the podcast. It's a movie of the week contender.
But I want to talk about it now.
We can't.
No, we can't. We can't give away our secrets. So
Can't give away the secret spices.
I know
herbs and
that's like the
spices.
thing to do in 2019. Give away all your secrets, and that gives. But we're playing this one close to the chest.
Vest.
Ooh,
Vest.
I
Chest.
like that. No, keep it.
Keep it close to the nips.
Yeah, where it's safe.
Let's see them.
The nips?
Yeah.
Or the vest?
Wait, Lego.
Oh, did you?
Do I have anything
Well,
else?
worried,
Yes.
Ho. No, not
Oh.
anything else, but specifically community questions. Did you have anything for us this week?
I don't. 'cause
Or
I
Twitch chat? I was just checking.
I put everything from about changing the time, and that made me forget to.
I figured we were just announcement heavy.
I like it though.
What's up, Wilson?
We had a lot of people. He's saying that we didn't have community questions. I think is that what he's sad about?
Who's sad
Maybe.
about?
Yeah.
Wilson was
Oh.
sad.
Yeah, Wilson's sad about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the
Oh,
worst.
hey,
I'm the worst.
One more thing
I'm
that
I'm
happened
so,
this week.
I'm sorry that I did the word insertion and I streamed it and I did the Twitter and I forgot the one thing. My bad. Just kidding. I love
The
you.
one other job that you have, Hove.
Oh, fuck off, man.
PSN name change is a thing this
Oh,
week.
that's right.
Oh God, can we talk about that for a second?
Hove is taken.
Why isn't
Right,
Wilson?
mistake.
Why is Wilson 309 and not Wilson 420? Like,
First of all, it was.
I
Taken.
don't understand. I just-
Second of all, that kind of plays into what I was gonna say. I already have a hard enough time remembering shit. Now trying to remember all these people, like some of them have nothing to do with their old PSN.
Yeah.
name.
yeah, I have no
And-
idea who anyone is.
So here's the thing. PSA out there to anyone listening. Go into your settings if you change your name recently, and you have to opt into a setting that displays your old name for a month.
Oh, it's an
Yeah,
opt-in.
Awesome. It's opt-in.
That's
It should
dumb.
be Fortunate. It should be the other way around.
should be opt-out.
Mm.
Opt out. Yeah.
So if you are on my friends list, Wilson309, please, if I don't know or haven't spoke to you since the name change, send me a message with your old PSN, please.
Please.
Because it's hard out here for a hippie to remember all this shit. Like it's
I
Hippie
know.
dressing.
I had people inviting me, Will in particular, who changed his name like 3 times in the last month, and then he joined WTF Gaming Nation, and I was like, who is this person? I don't know. A new clan, new name. Like, I have no idea who this person is. And then I got in a party chat with him later, and I was like, oh, it's you. Oh, okay. Like, you got to let me know. I have no idea.
I was just really upset that Hove was taken.
Me too with Lego.
I mean-
tried so many different renditions of Wilson 309. I tried like capital I's and L's, like switching them and zeros and.
But
Does
why
the
would you?
calendar anything?
is
No.
Ryu Wilson taken?
I don't know.
It's
I don't really wanna
Ryu?
change it.
Ryu.
It's whatever he. Oh my God, there was some disdain. Take it
know.
easy, boys. All right, it's a game. But anyway, I
real
tried
life.
changing it back to Wilson 309. Just arranging everything differently so that I'd fuck with people, and everything's gone because I don't want to change it. But I thought it would be funny to change it and still have it appear exactly as Wilson. But yeah, it is what it is. Another day, perhaps.
I tried to get Triton, wasn't there. Stop.
Hey, I like Triton, please. I don't want you to ever change.
Triton
Please,
Plus.
please.
It sucks that they didn't like I mean, doesn't Xbox like re-release them after a while? Because the guy that has Triton hasn't played a game since like 2009.
Yeah, they need to
I
let
would
that
hope
shit
so.
go. That's yours by right.
You're like the guy that has Hove probably hasn't played in the last 10 years.
You should get a hold of him.
Unless
and
it's
challenge him to a
Jay-Z.
1v1.
And then what am I gonna do?
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's Jay-Z, then you're out of luck.
Mana, are you putting some X's in your name at all, or
Like
X is a
particularly
hell no.
3 of them.
Hell no.
The
No, I was
Manigator
thinking, I'm
Triple
like, I
X.
wonder if just Manigator's available now, but the last time I tried, it was also an account that wasn't used for years
so
on end,
annoying.
and it was
Do you
even
know-
more annoying because it was capital MAN lowercase a gator, and I'm just like, why would you even do that?
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do kind of like what Wilson said, like make it look the same, but I'm gonna do it to one of your names.
Oh my gosh.
All renditions of mine are taking. If you can find another way to make that work for me, you're a fucking genius, and you should take a crack at the Vinci Code because I spent like at least 5 minutes trying to figure that out.
I wrote that shit.
His name?
The Da Vinci Code.
W. So you got to do WI and then like capital I.
I tried that, and then I tried switching. I tried all that stuff and switching the number 0 and the letter O, all kinds of things. I tried.
You're
it
trying
all.
like the L and the I as the 1 too.
Maybe.
So the problem
He was
with names
high,
like
doesn't
that,
know.
because I have people that have names like that, and I always type in on PlayStation when you're trying to add them to a party. I do the search thing, and I would put Will, like for Wilson, and it wouldn't. His name wouldn't show up because it would be an I. So that's kind of a problem when people do that with their
No,
names.
that's what I want. I want to fuck with people.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
And also
Big
sometimes
raffles to
it's
get carried.
sometimes it's just PSN. There's times I could type in LE when I'm trying to
Yes.
invite you and it
Yeah.
pops up, and there's sometimes I'll type in Lego Lay FLAS and it's like, do you mean Lego Monster? And I'm like, no, I don't.
This thing, I freak out about it almost every time I try and invite friends. Because, yeah, like you said, sometimes you type in like the first letter and he pops up, you're like, hey. Sometimes you type like 9 out of 10 letters and it still doesn't know who the heck you want. It's
I
like
think I know
someone
what
that
it
you don't
is.
even know.
It's almost like I just said that.
Okay,
But
so
it's just
I-
like, no, it's, just,
I'm
it's
just
funny
kidding, I'm just
because, no, it's just like almost every time I stream and I invite someone to play, I just freak out about it. I was like, PSN, why are you like this?
I think I
does.
know why. I think it's when, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've noticed that when this happens, that person is appearing online, even though they're online. That they almost always have it set to show offline.
I don't think.
No,
I mean, maybe that
Okay.
does,
Oh,
but I know
no.
there's times where like there's people that I know that never appear offline that
Okay.
it happens to.
I was about to say, some of those people that appear, just they're offline too. So I was just like, why are those guys offline? But the guy I'm trying to invite is like, he's not even in the top 10. Like, if I try to spell light breaker, I can literally spell light BREAK. But since he has 2 underscores now, like he has,
Yeah.
you have to spell out his entire name.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
I miss me some
one
Nightbreaker.
is
Love that
rally. I've typed in like for most of the time I just type rally
Uh huh.
and he comes up, and then there's times where literally just rally will come up. Like it'll say like rally, and I'm like, no, like give me suggestions. It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change mine to
Um,
2 Girls 1 Cup.
I
Wow.
gotta think that's taken too.
Seriously, Lego.
Probably.
Do you have you
taken.
never even heard of it?
I'm sure I have. I just have put it out of my mind.
Do you want me to tell you about it?
No, and in fact, I think this is a good spot to say
Write up a report.
Thanks,
In the
Blue
DMs.
Microphones and Headphones,
We have
for sponsoring this podcast. We really appreciate these mics and headphones. They are incredible. And if you are looking to get your own, you can find them at bluemic.com using code RezoCast for 20% off.
20%.
And I have to say, I got complimented on mine. I want to let people know that even like because they have a new version of this one that you can get for like $100, I think now, like the USB one. And somebody told me the other day that I was just playing PlayStation chat. I plug it into my PS4 now if my mic doesn't work on my controller.
The Spark?
And somebody was like, yeah.
Oh.
And somebody was like, dude, your like that person's voice sounds so clear. Like, who is it? I was like, oh, that's mine. It's the, the blue microphone, not the Yeti, but the, nice one. And they were like, man, it sounds so clear. And so they just letting people know you can use it with your PlayStation too. It sounds freaking awesome. So yeah, if you're interested in getting one, check it out, bluemic.com.
We do have a community question.
Oh.
In chat, Positive Vibes says, I got a question for you all. What's the opinion on the legalization of marijuana?
Wilson, do you want to start us off?
I'm all for it, man.
I don't see a reason not to.
I don't see a reason not to either.
And I don't really, I mean, I've smoked before, but it's been years. Like, that isn't like a personal, like, I want to be able to do this freely. Like, I don't see a reason not to.
He's acting very defensive about.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't have, like, ulterior motives.
What's my stance on it? I'm going to do it any damn way.
I don't feel like I know enough scientifically to say, like, should some kind of like limit or anything like any kind of like restriction for activities. I feel like Wilson would know more.
I don't think it should be it should be no different than alcohol.
Yeah.
Or just tobacco. I was like,
I don't know. But yeah, I don't see like why.
Triton?
I don't know. If you get into it, you can get really controversial with this topic. So maybe.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean,
kind of heated.
I don't think so. Alcohol's legal. You just can't drive and operate shit. That's all. Same thing.
I don't know if there's much that's controversial for Hove. Don't you like controversy? Isn't that what that place
does like
called?
that one strip club?
I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I went to Colorado the first year that they legalized it, and they had the most amazing commercials. It was this dude mounting his TV on the wall, and his wife goes, "Honey, dinner's ready," and he looks over, walks over to get food, and as he's like in the kitchen, like eating at the counter, the TV fucking falls off the mount that he just put it up on.
I'd cry if that happened.
The commercial said, "You can mount your TV while high, but you can't drive a car." Like it's like that's the fucking law there. Like this is genius. Like dude was just sitting there just grubbing his popcorn. It was a good commercial. I thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
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 I can't wait to see Endgame next week.
You dude, Endgame. Oh, I'm so pumped.
It's coming in hot.
I'm so pumped. You got tickets Friday, Hove.
10 a.m.
Do y'all have tickets? Triton, Mana?
You have tickets for Saturday?
I have an extra ticket for Friday morning.
See, I don't. But we never go like opening weekend. We wait until the following week just because. Yeah, it's just like Monday is like Monday movie nights where it's just everything's cheaper, free popcorn, free water. So we normally just wait for that.
Dude, you're gonna have to like get offline.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so bad. I'm going to be so paranoid. It's just like if I missed out on like Game of Thrones like day one type thing, I'm like I'm gonna have to not be on the internet ever, until I finally watch it.
Game of Thrones was so dope.
Oh, I heard it was good. I heard people loving it.
Are you not not at all?
No,
Have you tried?
No,
I man.
Oh,
I watch a lot of HBO stuff, but I haven't.
Don't give him more stuff to watch till he watches damn DVD.
Your lady's not into it?
No, she okay. So here's the deal. Bethany hates
dragons.
No. Yeah,
old
kind
people,
of.
medieval time shit.
Medieval, anything that's
she doesn't
like
the
dated.
whole Knights of the Round and Milady and stuff
anything
like
that's dated. She's not a fan.
Lady, me lord.
If it's science fiction, like futuristic, apocalyptic stuff, she's all about it. But if it's old timey, she hates it.
Well, what if it's a movie about a post-apocalyptic world that strongly resembles, because they're rebuilding from nothing, strongly resembles medieval times?
So almost like the 100 type deal.
The 100, she got into that, yeah. So somewhat, yes, but
so just
no.
tell her it's set in the future.
Well, that's what I mean. she stopped watching that show when
Debate
it got
her.
too medieval. No, because that's what
Debated.
happened with the 100. It got like super medieval eventually, and then she just was like, "I'm not interested."
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times
Like
were
in the later
fucking
seasons,
dope.
she lost it. Huh?
Yeah,
like
Wilson
season
was
3,
there.
Yeah.
Dude, 100%.
For real though,
Love me some medieval times.
I bought 2 tickets so that I could have an empty seat next to me. But
So
if
Triton. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if anybody wants to, anybody
Oh,
want to go?
Triton?
Yeah.
Slide in there?
I wish I could come home.
It's tough fun.
Dude, if that would have been awesome if I could have flown in to watch a game with.
Do it.
I would have loved
Yeah,
that.
Lego, do
I
it.
wish I could. I
do
I
it.
thought you said just Hove though, Lego
Fuck
thing.
getting on an airplane.
with all of y'all. That would be amazing.
Mana,
Well, you have to fly to
Mana,
Philly
come
and
watch-
you have
come
to
watch
find
Endgame
one
with me.
game more.
I'm tempted.
I'll hold the
honestly.
popcorn.
Ooh.
You guys get me a train
No,
ticket.
no. Wait. I'm gonna send you a
wait
link.
a minute. You'll hold the popcorn. You gotta cut a hole in the bottom. I know you.
He wants to make
Yeah.
a
You're
butter
gonna do
pop.
the old like
That's all that's
1950s
happening.
dick in the popcorn shit. Yo, he's gonna like be leaning towards Lego. You want popcorn?
Oh my!
You ever seen the
God.
video? 2 guys, 1 popcorn.
Yeah.
Wait, is that real?
It probably is honestly.
Probably.
Particularly, I don't know.
What's that called? Rule. If you could think of it, it exists. What is that? Like rule?
34.
Oh, rule of. God, what is that?
No, I think Mana said it.
Rule of dong? I don't know.
No.
Mana,
Well, this has been
Hi.
episode 130. Thanks for joining us
Check the ends.
for ResoCast. Really appreciate y'all coming out. This has been Lego, aka Lego. You can find me. Well, I should say Papa Lego. This is Papa Lego. You can find me at Lego Lay Flash on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. I will be in comp finishing out the grind, getting to Unbroken, throwing lots of suppressor nades. Hove, where can they find you?
You're a soldier. I don't know how you do
I'm
it, man.
trying, man. I'm trying.
about what? Why are you a soldier?
Because
Comp.
I'm in comp, man.
Oh, okay.
Hope we need to do some raids eventually. Have
Why-
you still
We
not
should
done any
all do
raids?
some raids.
I've done
all of us.
one once.
One thing. I want my not forgotten.
Have you done any of the latest one?
The last time I did a raid was with you.
All right, so that was still the last one.
It's like last week.
Because-
So I'm Hove. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Hove76. That's HOV76. I don't know. I feel like I want to say more, Lego,
Well,
but I also feel like you're going to get mad at me.
you can say more on next week's episode, or on Twitch stream, which you should.
Oh, I know. Comment somewhere. I don't care if it's review, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere. Let us know if you would like to see Dongcast episode 2 anytime in the near future. Thank you. Triton?
Lego's just shaking his head. No.
Everybody
That
wants
was
a
a lot of
Dongcast.
silence.
You can mainly find me on Twitter occasionally at Triton Please, all one word. The please being PLZ. How about you, Wilson?
That was so
you can-
enthusiastic.
You can find me in competitive, finishing my not forgotten grind. If you do happen to find me in competitive, please don't be a dick.
Be a dick, be a dick, be a
You
dick.
can hit me up on Twitter at ReWilson. What about you, Mana?
Well, you can find me at the Manigator on Twitch and Twitter. I'm giving up on YouTube. I mean, there was hope there for a
No.
little bit, but I'm probably
You
just gonna give
can't.
up
You were
on it.
coming back strong like Favre.
I'm gonna start making content for Mana
I
on
need.
YouTube.
Hey, that'd be cool. Okay. If you want to do that, you're not going to get paid, but that's all up to you. I'm not going to stop you. But yeah, Twitch, Twitter. I stream still. Who knew? But I've been playing a
know.
lot of single player games. If you want to watch some cool single player games, and eventually I'll be back on the multiplayer grind, not in comp at all. So you can be a dick to me. So you can be a dong to me
Whoa.
Lego's gonna DDoS you.
on Spider-Man. I would be so confused if I'm just playing
Oh my
Spider-Man
God.
and then my stream goes down. I'm like, crap, man.
Listen, if I knew how to
Especially
D-
if I'm doing something, I'm like in the middle of a fight, like do long
If-
mission.
If I
and
knew
then
how to
just-
DDoS for real, I would DDoS you the next. Like as soon as you got to the last boss on Spider-Man, I would
Everyone-
DDoS you.
So
Everyone heard it. Everyone heard it, chat.
Clip it.
Clip it.
I mean, did you not hear the first part where I said I don't even know how to do that?
Nah, that can be edited out. That
Yeah.
Mhm.
People could edit you
Frame
to
'em.
say anything on a podcast.
Deep
if they
fakes,
wanted
dude.
to.
Oh yeah, they go.
Deep fakes.
deep fakes.
I'm gonna make you
man.
say some
Deep
crazy shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
R/deep. This is
Triton,
bad now.
Have you said yours already? I didn't think that
Yep.
you did.
I was after Hove.
No, I got lost in
Wow.
the confusion.
Wow.
You can also find. I just making sure I didn't miss anybody, guys. Come on. You can also find more about Team Resolute at Team Resolute on Twitter. You can find us at RezoCast on Twitter. Love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything going on lore-wise right now. If you're enjoying it, what you think about Revelry. If you're going to endure this grenade spam in the Crucible, if you enjoy it or not. I'm having fun. Honestly, I didn't get to talk that much about it, but I'm having a lot of fun with it in PvE. Like doing strikes while throwing unlimited grenades is pretty fun. Like it's like that Daybreak that we got in D1. Remember that Nightfall modifier, Daybreak, where you had your super up and you is mayhem for strikes. That's what this is, and it's pretty fun. So I don't want to just completely diss the event. I know I kind of sounded negative earlier with the Crucible stuff, but there are really fun parts of it. I think that is it for this week.
Also, we want to know your thoughts on Dongcast.
You can send those thoughts to @Hove76 on Twitter. And until next time, guys, GG.
GG.
Jeez.
Bye.
Deep fakes.